This is Meltdown Live, presented by MyBookie.ag. Use code NEXTROUND at MyBookie.ag for double your initial deposit. You sign on to make a deposit, they double it with code NEXTROUND at MyBookie.ag. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere. MyBookie.ag.
Yo, this is the Meltdown. Thank you for being here with us on a tournament Thursday. The world has lost its mind because there's a lot of basketball, a lot of brackets, lots of activity with televisions, and cold brewskis, people taking off from work. Who knows how much money our country's losing right now, but you know what? We're not going to be part of the problem. We're going to add to the economy by being here on the Meltdown as EG's literally watching the games on her phone, which breaks my heart. EG,
Hey!
welcome into the Culver studio.
Thank you so much, Tim. How are you today?
I'm doing well. Happy to have you back. Brian Pavlik was in your seat yesterday.
Hi, he kept it warm for me.
He did, and it's not hard to keep things warm in this studio.
No, it's not, but it's kind of nice today because it's a little chilly outside.
It is. It is. It's kind of pleasant in here. I don't want to jinx it, but it is kind of pleasant.
Agreed.
You never know who's going to walk through the door. Brian Pavlik walked through the door yesterday. We are so thrilled to have had him here with us. If you missed that episode, it is right there on demand for you to enjoy. But EG, it is tournament time.
It is.
I made the statement people have lost their minds over this. I did not fill out a bracket.
That's
Tyler exposed me
crazy.
on the next round today, talking about how I didn't fill out my bracket. He also admitted he didn't fill out a bracket either. But without my permission, he just exposed me
Wow.
to everybody. Because here's my problem with filling out a bracket.
Yeah.
I get way too invested. I like to win. I'm too competitive. So if I get invested in filling out the bracket, I then feel like I have to actually sit down and watch all these games, which is why that's the trick. That's why these numbers are what they are. I mean, teams that people know nothing about,
Agreed.
their whole day rests on whether or not they end up winning the game.
Yeah, and that I think is the beauty of the tournament because you have the Cinderella stories. I clearly am watching Alabama State Auburn as we speak, but I fill out multiple brackets. And you said your disdain for that prior to us
Oh.
getting on the air.
No, look, I'm the type that if you're going to fill out a bracket, it needs to be one bracket. You don't
Okay.
get multiple brackets.
Nah.
How many brackets did you fill out?
9.
Oh my gosh.
I have which mascot would win in a fight. That's a yearly one. I've got my favorite color. So I just go through and pick the matchups based on what color I like more. Duke or North Carolina usually wins that one. I do just kind of click around. So I quite literally just kind of click around. I do a real one. I do an ESPN randomized one. And there's 4 more mixed in there. I guess I do like 2 kind of real ones. Oh, and then I do upsets, take it all. So just keep doing upsets. And it's super fun. And I like it.
I don't respect people who fill out multiple brackets. I'm looking at you, Russell. You have 3. You're a loser.
Hunter
Okay.
says he has 11.
Oh,
Are they all different?
mine are all
He sa-
different.
He says 1 with TNR, 10 with ESPN. So I assume different ones for at least the ESPN ones.
Yeah. So on ESPN, you can make a max of 25 for free. And you can put those babies out. And it's really fun because you can also see celebrity picks. So Ryan Williams, today I was at Alabama and Tuscaloosa. And he was asked by March Madness to make a bracket. And then they posted it and stuff. And so he was asked about his bracket picks. His final 4 is UConn, Bama, Houston, and Creighton. Yeah. Creighton did win today.
Compelling. I am really excited about nothing right now in entertainment except for something that I am very excited about, which I'm going to get to here in just a second. Worst tease ever.
That is.
But I'm very excited about
Okay.
one thing. I haven't been excited about hardly anything else this year, entertainment wise. So we'll get into that here in a second. It is Snow White Day, Tyler.
Ugh.
You are the one who drew the short stick. And by that, I mean the only one that volunteered to go see Snow White. I don't think EG wants to see this one. I don't want to see this one.
No.
And you're a man of integrity that has decided you are committed to the cause enough to go sit through Snow White along with what other poor unfortunate souls will be in the theater with you.
So far, it's none. No other unfortunate souls. It's just me,
No way.
just chained to the rock like Prometheus.
Man, I worry about you because this movie looks awful. In my opinion, it looks awful from the trailers. I hate the look of the dwarves. Is it dwarves or dwarfs?
Dwarfs.
I think it's dwarfs.
With a F.
I don't even know if they
It's definitely with a V.
see. That's what I've asked. Is it dwarfs or is it dwarves? I think it's dwarves, right?
I don't know.
Either way, I won't be seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7 of them. And then there's like some sort of ragtag group of random misfits as well. There's 7 of those that randomly show up
There's
in the movie.
14 now?
No, there's only 7 dwarfs, but there's like 7 normal, like
I haven't heard anything about this.
gang of people that originally it was rumored maybe they were going to be the 7 misfits that helped Snow White, but then there was a backlash by the internet that they got to have the dwarfs. But then they didn't cast real people; they made them animated, and then so there's this like uncanny valley sort of thing. Either way, let me just.
Interesting.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for Tyler's reaction out of the theater. I'm looking forward to this. Okay. And I'm looking even more forward to hearing him talk about this movie tomorrow. And you'll have a non spoiler review for us, which, by the way, if you're avoiding Snow White spoilers,
Yikes.
I mean, the original movie came out a long time ago, and this is a remake. And
1957.
I don't know if you can spoil anything. So I'm actually pretty open to you going into as much detail as possible tomorrow. What's your Snow White experience?
Yeah, I'm not expecting much out of this one, but I'm also not expecting it to be as bad as what everyone's expecting it to be. Critics, the embargo lifted late yesterday. They're calling it so far bad and enchanting in equal parts.
Oh.
So I'm not sure what's gonna happen with this movie, if it will be bad, enchanting, or just mediocre and forgettable. But I'll make sure to let everybody know. So make sure to keep your alerts on.
You're not anti Rachel Zegler. A lot of people are, and they're staying home for the most part. I mean, the anti Rachel Zegler crowd is not going to go see this at all. But like, you like Rachel Zegler, from what
Yeah.
I can tell, like previous performances. I don't know. Did you ever see West Side Story? I thought she was pretty
I
good in West Side Story.
I didn't see West Side Story. As you know, I am not the biggest fan of musicals. And I know I'm walking into Snow White. I know.
I'm not.
I know.
I didn't say anything. What you just had was the full realization that you're going to have to see this movie now, and that's what overtook you. It wasn't anything I did. I was just asking if you're a Rachel Zegler fan.
Yeah, you were ready to. Yeah,
No,
yeah, you
I'm
were
worried
ready.
about
You
you,
were ready.
Tyler. I think you're going into this thinking it's going to be easy, but it's like Starship Troopers. Once those big giant spider tentacle alien things come out and they start snatching up your colleagues, it's not as easy to fight that war as you thought.
It's not.
You know what I'm talking about?
Know what you're saying.
Starship Troopers.
Heck yeah.
What year did it come out, EG?
1949.
1949. That's not even like why is that the first number that came to mind? 1949 for Starship Troopers?
I have no idea.
This is what the madness of March does to people. I just want to say it fries their brain. I said we were going to be productive today. We were going to make money for the company today, and then EG's on here half-assing it. And we all know she is. She's not giving full ass today. She's giving half-ass. And I hate it. I hate the madness of March.
Oh my God.
I want you to give full ass, not half-ass. Sorry.
Well, anyways, what was the question?
I don't remember. Starship Troopers, what year did it?
Yeah, let's just go with
I'm gonna
2007.
guess, because I don't know for sure. 1999. Do you know the
Ugh.
answer to this, Tyler?
I don't. Let's see. 1997.
Oh,
1949. Pretty close.
Yeah, you're real close there.
I
Hey,
guess-
in the right century.
you were the closest without going over, I guess.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway, I like Rachel Zegler.
we finally
She's
got it.
great in Y2K. I know you hated that movie, but you hate all horror comedy.
First off,
mixes.
didn't hate it. I never said I hated it. Just didn't enjoy it as much as you did. Thought it had much more potential. Didn't
Alright.
hate it.
All right.
I hated Hard Eyes. You know I hated
Oh,
Hard Eyes.
I hated Hard Eyes too.
I didn't hate Y2K. I was disappointed with it.
All right, whatever. Then the Hunger Games prequel that came out was it 2023, Ballad of Songbirds and
I never
Snakes.
saw that. And I kept up with Hunger Games.
I think it's really good actually.
Pretty good.
I would say if you were to rank like all the Hunger Games movies, I'd say like this is like maybe second place for me, like right
Which-
below Catching Fire.
Oh, wow.
I think it's really solid.
Ooh, I can't go that far.
You know, the concept of Hunger Games is kind of messed up, considering it's marketed to kids. You know what I mean?
Well,
Preteens.
young adults is the way that they phrase it. I mean, you say kids. There's a difference.
I mean, but like elementary schoolers are, you know,
When did you
consuming it.
first ingest the Hunger Games into your
Elementary
life?
school. Because I wasn't allowed to read in elementary school. But all my friends were. 4th and 5th grade. And Hallie Brown actually is also going through this. That all of her friends are reading in elementary school. And they're like, too early.
Oh, no, I don't think that's a little young.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Although we were doing Romeo and Juliet in 4th grade, like, and that's
Yeah,
pretty.
That's pretty. I
Really?
mean,
Oh yeah,
Oh,
I
started as-
not at my school.
I started as Lord Capulet.
okay.
I wanted to play Tybalt,
Duh. Everyone does.
but you can't have Tybalt be taller than the Lord of the castle. So I got cast as Lord Capulet, and I had one dramatic scene where I yell at my daughter Juliet,
No.
and I remember very clearly not wanting to wear tights,
Yeah.
so I wore blue jeans under my robe, my kingish type garments, and you could see the blue jeans during dress
Okay.
rehearsal, like
I know this
poking
is a
out the
play.
bottom.
This
I
was
didn't
a
want to wear the
play.
tights. And there was one of the theater moms pulled me to the side and said, "If you don't wear these tights, you're going to ruin this whole production."
Wow.
So I wore the tights for
That
the
is
rest of the time.
really dramatic.
I know. But Lord Capulet didn't even run his own house.
Well,
Apparently not.
So there you go.
I don't know. When you think about it, I mean, Romeo and Juliet is pretty horrible. But something about having young kids sent off to kill other kids, I think that's the difference for me.
I understand. But you know what?
Smuff brings up a good point. He brings up the most dangerous game. Yeah, that was something I was introduced to in like 5th or 6th grade. So,
Wait, remind me of what that
Oh,
is.
so most dangerous game is this rich dude owns an island, invites a guy over, and then he's like, "Oh, you must love the hunt." But the most dangerous game, we don't hunt lions and tigers and bears here. That's boring. We hunt men. And so he's like, "You got I think it's like 2 days or something to go out in the woods and prepare, and then I'm gonna come with my dogs and find you."
There's some real messed up literature that we all have
Lord
been
of the Flies.
subjected to.
Lord of the Flies, that's another middle
Pretty
school
messed
book.
up.
Yeah.
Guys, Hansel and Gretel on tape. Hansel and Gretel on audio tape ruined me for a good year. That was horrifying.
She bakes children,
Literally.
and
then,
their skin is the wallpaper in the house.
yeah. Does she serve?
Wait, I didn't know that part of the story.
Yeah.
I must have stopped the tape before I got to that part.
I always thought that her house and the wallpaper was the skin, and like the eyes were.
You always thought that, or that's like the story?
But that's the story that I was
Are
told.
you sure you weren't reading about Ed Gein?
I don't know. I just, the story I was told was that Hansel and Gretel, the skin of everyone else was the wallpaper.
All right.
Crispy.
This is the breadcrumb chainsaw massacre, is what you read.
I guess so, because wasn't how they lured them to the house, was the trail of breadcrumbs.
No, that's what they did to try to find their way back home. You know,
Mm.
they dropped breadcrumbs to try to find their path back because
Yeah.
they didn't have maps or GPS.
Yeah,
So
totally.
there we go. Okay, this is a weird show today. Snow White has done this to us, really more than the basketball thing, because I feel like we're sending young Tyler off to war to have to watch this thing, and I can't wait to get his full reaction, even though I really don't want to talk about this movie anymore than I have to, because I think it looks awful. I don't want to see it. There's so much drama behind it and the rollout of it, and there's so much hate around it, and I just don't want to. I want to move on. I think
Yeah.
Disney wants to move on.
Disney definitely wants to move on. This is gonna bomb. Not. I don't want to say just because I think that's a big problem, but it's gonna fail because CGI looks bad. It's a remake. People are tired of those. It's gonna hit Disney Plus in 2 weeks anyway, and then on top of
So
that,
true.
you've got all the drama. So
Yeah.
it's a perfect storm
Well-
for why do I leave the house?
It'll be number one. There's no doubt about that. And so that'll be used by some people wanting to defend it as it's number one. It's the number one movie in the world, number one movie in the country.
But what else is there?
That is also true, EG. But it is spring break as well. So, like, there's going to be families looking for things to do, and there's not a lot of options when it comes to movies. So, Snow White's going to draw in a lot of people who wouldn't who don't really know anything about this drama that we've talked about.
Are there any other family movies out right now?
There are holdovers from
Mufasa?
well, Mufasa is finally making its way out, but there's Paddington in Peru.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
There's
Yeah.
still Dogman is still in some theaters right now. I mean,
I
there's
actually
still
recommend Dogman. That was fun.
and your Looney Tunes are still out there.
That's true.
So, I mean, there are multiple family options, but Snow White is going to be the thing that everyone immediately knows is playing at the theater, and they're going to have their mind made up before they even get there. So, there's that. Now, I have gone through 3 months in this year without having watched a single thing I like that is new in the
So
theater.
tough.
It's been tough.
Wait, did you see Last Breath the other day?
I did. I thought it was a 3 out of 5. I mean,
Uh,
I liked it, but I didn't love it. I guess I mean I haven't found something that I've loved.
All right.
Last Breath is my second favorite movie of the year. Third now. Third favorite movie of the year. Second would be Companion. I liked Companion a little bit more than Last Breath. I think Last Breath is a technically really impressive movie, but it's a very generic film.
Oh yeah.
Extremely generic and very melodramatic. But its heart's in the right place. So you give it sort of like this, good job, guys, for making a film that like has no real issues with it. Very straightforward, very blue collar.
Yeah.
But like, oil rig movies just kind of all fall into that sort of same,
Yeah.
you're just waiting for disaster to strike.
Yeah.
What could go wrong on an oil rig? Well,
Everything.
sit back and watch.
Agreed.
So that genre is not really big for me. But I do think I think Last Breath, if you watch it on digital, you'll end up liking it. It's a fine movie. It's perfectly fine. The best movie I've seen this year, it's probably a 4.5 out of 5, is a movie that has Timothée Chalamet, Zendaya, Billie Eilish, and I saw it last night. It is Hans Zimmer and Friends' Diamond in the Desert.
Ah.
It's a special screening, so you can't just go watch it at any point.
Okay.
But Tyler, I'm watching this movie, and I'm thinking to myself, like, Tyler saw Dune 6 times in movie theater.
Mm-hmm.
Dune 2. This is like watching Dune 2.5.
Oh.
It is like a Dune love fest. Denis Villeneuve is in there talking about Dune and the production behind it, and Timothée Chalamet, obviously Zendaya, like I mentioned. Christopher Nolan pops in here. Jerry Bruckheimer, Pharrell. It is really extensive with a A-list sitting down with Hans Zimmer talking about his illustrious career as a film composer. And then you get to experience the actual concert of these musical suites being performed from all of these high-profile films. Also, there's no previews. So it immediately at your showtime starts the movie.
So is this a special screening, one night only thing, or could I get tickets tonight?
Sunday, 1 p.m. Vestavia is your last chance, I think, to see it.
I'm there.
I think you'll love it.
Yeah, I'm there.
Let me tell you, Billie Eilish in this really won me over.
Really?
I thought she was so insightful, so interesting, and all the things. They really talk about what it's like to be an artist. So they break it up where, like, when it's Dune heavy. Dune heavy. Like, I'm watching this going, Tyler, I don't know how much you like the music of Dune, but I would think it's a
Love it.
big part of the experience for you. Like, you immediately hear it. It's like, boom. The Lion King stuff. I'm not the biggest fan of Interstellar. Like, I think
Yeah.
it's really good, but it's not one I go back and rewatch all the time. But the music from this and the way it's presented on screen, the lights that go along with the
Oh,
production,
cool.
the live music, it is beautifully shot and just tickles the senses
Interesting.
while making you think and question about what it's like to be an artist in this world. And it's so deep and so good. And I highly recommend it if you get a chance to watch Hans Zimmer and Friends, Diamond in the Desert, Gladiator, all of this epic music that has followed all of these different movies comes to life on the screen.
Interesting.
Obviously, The Dark Knight and
Yeah.
that trilogy. It was a movie that I very much connected with. I actually went with our good buddy John Saber last night.
Nice.
And he's a huge Hans Zimmer fan. He has seen Hans Zimmer live in person in Atlanta,
Wow.
your neck of the woods.
Yes.
And I had to see this movie with him, and I was rooting for it right out of the gate, and it delivered. And it made me fall in love with the power of cinema yet again because I've been so dejected. I've gone on so many bad cinema runs the past 3 months, and finally, something has cleansed my palate.
Good.
So that's why I can't go see Snow White, 'cause I
Yeah.
can't immediately fall back into the trap
You
of
need
like,
to enjoy the ride for a little
yeah.
bit.
So, if you are a fan of movie music, you know Hans Zimmer's work, even if you can't maybe name off right now specific tracks. You've heard it, it's embedded into your soul. The only thing that I really didn't like about the movie is that they couldn't secure the rights to show any clips of the movie while the music is being
Well,
performed.
that sucks.
So that's fair that I mean, I understand that going in, I'm there for the music, not for the movie. But like on YouTube, I'm kind of spoiled with at times they'll pair up
Yeah.
the movie and the music, and it's just like this perfect thing. And this one, you're really focusing more on the musicians themselves, who are extremely talented, and the storytelling, and it's really captivating. So highly recommend this one, Hans Zimmer and Friends, Diamond in the Desert. But if you do go, make sure you're seated right there at the start. Do not think you have a 20-minute window to burn. You
That
need to be there.
typically happens with events excluded from A-list if it's a Fathom event and stuff like that.
Yes. I went to one, it was an Andrea Bocelli concert that I took my mom to, and there was like 5 promotions of future Fathom events.
Right.
This is not a Fathom event.
Oh.
So, like, there's no buffer. It just immediately starts the screening of the movie. So it's not like, it's not even like a Fathom event. At least that one you get a little bit of a buffer of them promoting like, "Hey, there's a Night at the Opera coming up," that sort of thing. This one goes right in. They didn't turn the lights out for the first
Ooh.
2 minutes, 3
Kind of
minutes.
stinks.
So, it opens up in the desert and it's very bright and you're like, "Oh man, I wish the lights were off." And we had one guy that got up and went and told the front, and I was like, you know, that's the hero.
Hmm.
That's the hero we need right there. I do remember when the Dark Knight stuff started coming up, someone in the audience yelled, um, "I'm not wearing hockey pads." That's what they yelled. And I was like, "Yes, I like this very much." So I'll tell you who would love this. I don't know if he's here with us right now, but Hunter Bussey. I don't know if he's in the chat.
He is in the chat, and he asked, "Did they do anything from No Time to Die?"
So they did nothing from the Bond stuff, which was disappointing. But Pirates of the Caribbean, right?
Cool.
That music still hits. We rewatched Pirates of the Caribbean this past weekend. I rewatched it, I showed it to my daughter for the first time. And that music is so much a tent pole of why that franchise was the success it was. Without that music, I mean,
It falls.
it just becomes more than average, better than average pirate movie.
Hmm.
But the music really takes it over the top. So
Well, I've got my ticket. I have secured it.
highly recommend, Tyler. I think like I don't know how this one disappoints you unless you feel like the musical numbers are too long. Like I don't know if you like soundtracks and scores that much. I don't know. You tell me. Is that ever something you're listening to in your free time?
I mean, sometimes, with Hans Zimmer stuff, like, definitely more so than every other composer.
Yeah.
Definitely excited to hear all the you said there's, like, interview
So
segments.
good.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm more excited for, but, of course, hearing the Dune, score on a theater sound system, looking forward
Hope
to
they're
it.
pumping it
Miss
up
it.
there. Yeah, it's good. I mean, it's gonna make you're gonna end up probably going like, all right, I gotta make the move of Dune on Steelbook now because you're gonna walk out of there going, this was a movie made for Dune fans. I mean, it is an exceptional experience, and Hans Zimmer is one of the best for
Well,
sure.
if you wanna go full Dune brain, you could even say the title is a reference to Dune, Diamonds in the Desert,
Absolutely.
spice melange.
There you have it. Tyler, you're gonna geek out over this. You're gonna really, really enjoy it. So enjoy that there. And once again, for those that can't make it out to the special screenings, whenever it does land on streaming, I'll let you guys know where it's at. But right now, there's no sort of plan for the release of streaming. But if you can see it in the theater, Interstellar blew me away. Just the visual production of what they do with that suite, it was amazing. Good stuff there. I have had this segue for a long time, and I haven't been able to figure out how to use it.
Okay.
But I'm just gonna go with the worst way, which is telling you, like pulling back the curtain and telling you that I had this awesome segue. So we'd be talking about Snow White,
Yeah.
Snow White, Snow White, Snow White, and I'd go, "Do y'all know what the eighth dwarf's name is?"
Toothless.
That's good, but it's Smiley.
Oh,
Smiley is the
that's good.
thank you.
Toothless is from How to Train Your Dragon,
Yeah.
EG.
It's a cute dragon.
If you want to smile big, head on over to the dental team that we trust most, located on Grants Mill Road. Dr. Jeff, Dr. Brian, and Dr. Nolan. No, they're not our friends out there in the desert. There are friends located on Grants Mill Road at Alabama Dental Associates. Whether you have major work that needs to be done or you need to get on top of those regular cleanings, they are there for you. Maybe you're new in town, need to make sure you have a dentist on standby. Reach out and try Alabama Dental Associates for yourself. They make it easy to go to the dentist. I mean, I've had severe anxiety at times going to the dentist. I've been all kinds of messed up there in the mouth by dental teams that I didn't trust. And now I have found a new home. You should go knock on their door. Actually, you know what? Just walk on in after making an appointment by calling them at 205 956 8977 or visit alabamadental.com where they look forward to seeing you. This won't be that great for the replay, but is Auburn currently winning in their basketball game?
Yes, they're up 26-13
I'm
on a 7-0 run.
not shocked by that at all. So, not a lot of people sweating right now.
No.
Okay. Let's play some 10 with Tim. I've got 10 questions. We've got about, 10 times 2 minutes, and here we go. We're going to get right into it. Question number 1, it's going to go to Tyler. I've wanted to ask you this for a long time. Where's the best place to get a donut? In your opinion?
In my
It
opinion,
can be anywhere.
there's a place just outside of Childersburg called Lickin' Good Donuts. They have really good apple fritters, good coffee, good kolaches. I don't know if you're a kolache fan, Tim.
So, is this where the sausage is wrapped up in the pastry?
Like
Oh,
a
yeah.
butter puff pastry. It's good.
No.
Oh yeah, you know it. You got regular sausage, you got Kaneka, you got Boudin or Boudin. I'm not sure how do you pronounce
I
it,
think it
but
is Boudin.
oh, it's tasty. Delicious. You definitely make a stop by there if you're in the area.
Well, there we go. Where's the best place to get a donut, EG?
So I'm not a huge donut fan, but I love a hot Krispy Kreme.
Well, that is like a great answer because when you see that sign on
Hot
and you
sign?
get you some that you like just melt in your hand
Yeah.
before you even eat them.
Yeah.
Really good. I eat donuts with a fork.
I don't hate that at all.
Works out really well. Just stab it through like it's a piece of fish
Yeah.
out of the sea.
And then spirit.
And then I tuck it in and eat the whole thing in one bite.
Oh,
Like a fee fi fo fum giant.
yeah. Very giantess.
Yes. I have a feeling y'all do not eat donuts that way.
No, I thought you meant you didn't want your hands to get.
That's also a second benefit.
Yeah. I thought you just did like a little fork and knife moment.
You ever done one of the hot Krispy Kremes and then all of a sudden it's just
Yeah, it just crumbles. Yeah.
flakes?
Flakes. It's so
of-
good.
It is very good. I want to say we went to a place called Voodoo Donuts.
Oh, I've been there in Texas. Or
This
no,
one,
in Universal.
this one was in Orlando at Universal. Yeah,
mhm.
that was pretty good.
Yeah, I've been there.
I should have thought about this more, but I mean, Krispy Kreme's, in my opinion, is
The
just
pinnacle.
tough to beat.
Yeah.
Tough to beat. Never been a big Dunkin' fan.
I haven't either. I love their iced coffee, Dunkin' iced coffee, but I don't love their donuts. I don't like donuts. They're just sometimes too heavy and they leave like a weird film in your mouth.
Agreed.
Donuts
Yeah.
are great. We move on to question number 2. E.g., when was the last time you were on a bus of any sort?
On a bus of any sort. Hold on. Let me think about this. On a bus. I feel like it's way more recent than what my brain is telling me.
I feel like I know the answer if you don't.
Hold on. I mean, off the top of my head, it'd have to be like a Dominican Republic like mission trip.
No, it's
3
more
years
recent than
ago.
that. I think I got one.
When?
SEC Media Days when you went out to film night.
Yes. Yes. That is so true. My brain was telling me wrong. Yes, that is
Why did
correct.
I have that stored in the
Because
back of my
I
brain?
did a Meltdown vlog and I filmed on the bus and I told everyone of my bus mates who I met the day of, say hey to the Meltdown.
Hey, Meltdown.
Yeah. That was the last time I was on the bus.
Okay.
You filmed reactions to the college football game.
Yes.
Media Days,
I
right?
did.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good stuff there. EG reporting from the field. We always appreciate that. Tyler, when was the last time you were on a bus of any sort?
It would have to be when I was well,
Oh,
no, that would have been a trolley. Uh, at Auburn,
Trolley?
Tiger Transit.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Luckily, didn't have to use it too much, but because my apartment was real close to campus. But there were times where, you know, like the psychology, like research labs, on the opposite end of campus from where I was at. So sometimes, if that was all I had to do that day, I would just go to the bus stop and wait the 15 minutes
didn't they,
for the bus.
didn't you share the story that you had to park? Like, that's when you got a ticket. You had to park so far away from
Oh yeah.
your apartment, and then you got
Yep.
hit with a ticket because one time you kept your car near your apartment.
Yes and no.
Oh, okay.
So the way Auburn parking works is like you enter a lottery system for a parking pass, and most people will not get the luck of the draw and end up with a parking spot near their dorm building. There's a big overflow lot,
Mhm.
which is at one end of campus. That was the complete opposite end of my dorm.
It's like the Hunger Games for parking.
Basically, yes. If you want to guarantee a good parking spot at Auburn, if you're at school there, get a motorcycle. The parking pass is only $75 for the year as opposed to 185, and motorcycle spots are at the front of every single building, and they're motorcycle exclusive.
Hmm,
So,
okay.
little pro tip. But yeah, uh, would have to walk to the overflow lot when I wanted to go to the store, drive my car to the store. I would drive back to the parking lot of my dorm building, park out front, and have my flashers on, and then unload the car uh, in my third floor dorm and run back down, get in the car, drive back to the overflow lot, and then either walk the 2 miles back or take Tiger Transit.
That sounds awful. Okay. Something tells me that if you're, if you were coming from a family that had a large donation to the school, you wouldn't have to deal with this problem. That would be my guess.
I would agree.
Hey, guess what? We have a special guest that's walked in. This is
Yeah,
like
we
Mr. Rogers'
do.
neighborhood here. Ush is with
Hey,
us. Ush, how are you, man?
what are we talking about today?
We're about to play 8 with Tim. Are you ready?
Very ready. Born ready.
Question number 1 of 8. Who is someone, Ush, that you'd like to punch in the face? Now, you're not a violent person,
I'm not. I'm a man of peace.
but this can be a fictional character.
Yeah.
Like, maybe,
Oh,
like,
okay. Yep, I got mine.
oh, EG. Well, EG was narrowing down the list. Let's not think EG just
Yes.
happened to find someone.
He's gonna have a long list, by the way.
Yeah.
All of us have probably been on it at some point, at one point or another.
True.
Who would I like to punch in the face?
You want me to come back to you?
Yeah, come back to me.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Tyler, do you have an answer?
I'm gonna go with James Corden. I think
Oh, I don't like him either.
yeah, he's awful. I think if you punched him in the face, it would be like a cartoon where he gets like an imprint of your fist, like deep
It's
within
really
his head.
good. Really
Just like
good.
completely misshapen
Really?
him, like Play-Doh.
So you guys don't
Yeah.
like carpool karaoke?
No,
Okay.
no, awful bit.
James Corden is officially off the board now. Ush, you're going to have to
Okay.
come up with another name. EG, who is someone that you'd like to punch in the face?
Fictional character Dolores Umbridge from Harry Potter.
Oh, that's a good
She is insufferable. Awful. Same actress plays the queen in The Crown, and she played Dolores Umbridge so well that when I saw her in The Crown, I was like, I hate you.
Now, I've been told in life never hit a woman. So
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of message you're giving off to the youth of America here with this statement,
Yeah.
but, C plus answer.
Okay.
Ush. EG's about to punch me in the face.
Yeah, I don't. It's that's really difficult for me because
I mean, I understand you are an elected official, so you have to take this with a grain of salt. But
but I
can you-
should want to punch somebody in the
Yeah.
face, you know.
Anyone from Mayberry?
From Mayberry? No, of course not. They're all great people
Yeah.
in Mayberry. Uh, What is another?
Maybe there's a baseball player you always hated.
Yeah, I was trying to think of like somebody in
You like
in
Bryce Harper
in
now.
sports. Yeah, I don't hate him anymore.
No.
When our Titans were really good in the early 2000s, and we had trouble getting past the Ravens, and I had clenched fists at times for Brian Billick, former coach of the Ravens.
Okay.
I like
I'd
that.
probably still sock him one.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah, right in the kisser.
Okay. Let's move on to the next question. Speaking of hits, name a hit song, e.g., from a perceived one-hit wonder that you actually really like.
You know which one I hate?
It's not the
No,
question.
I know, but it came out on Sirius XM, but I can talk about that later.
No, go ahead.
Come on, Eileen.
That's
Come
one you
on,
like.
Eileen.
Dexy's
Yeah.
Midnight Runners.
So what's
Good
the one
one.
you really hate?
Love Shack. Ugh.
Okay. I hate Love
I
Shack.
hate that song.
Wow.
I had a boss that told me we're about to go out in front of like a couple hundred people and we're going to perform Love Shack on
No.
karaoke with no practice.
No.
And you're going to play the guy,
Uh-uh.
Love Shack, baby. That guy. And I was
I would have quit my job.
Fred Schneider is his name.
I told her I am not doing that. And it was going to be videotaped and on the internet. And
I
I said, absolutely not. She's like, I already bought you the hat. I'm like, no, I will not. The most you're going to get out of me is air guitaring Sweet Home Alabama. That's it.
yeah.
And like, I put up a fight. And so what do? We get out there and I'm air guitaring Sweet Home Alabama. The problem is it was equally as bad
Ugh.
because Sweet Home Alabama, I don't know if you know this, goes on for a long, long
It's longer
time.
than you think.
And it was funny for the first 35 seconds. And I
No.
could not continue to make it funny for the remaining 4 minutes in front of a live crowd.
That sounds
You should have picked
miserable.
Freebird.
That and the guy running the karaoke thing, 9.5 minutes long.
Yeah.
That and the guy running the karaoke thing was like, no, if you're going to go out there, you got to
See
sing.
the whole.
And I'm like, no, I'm just air guitaring Sweet Home
Was,
Alabama.
was there backtrack or was it just up to you guys to sing along?
I mean, there was like,
Yeah,
the
they
music
were.
was
Okay.
playing.
Okay.
Yeah, it was awful. It was horrible. I hated it. It was the low point of my career, minus every other day here. No, I'm just,
Oh
I
my.
think that might be the first time the three of us have ever all agreed on something.
Love Shack
'Cause
sucks.
I hate
Love
that
Shack
song.
sucks. Come on, Eileen is awesome.
Love that song.
So is that your choice as well?
No, I was gonna go. I mean,
Ooh.
that would be my favorite one-hit wonder, but I'm gonna go with the song "Blue Daba D" by Eiffel 65.
It's a great
It-
choice.
It's a wonky music video. I mean, the aliens look like fruit gushers in that
I-
video. It's
I-
amazing.
I would play that at the skating rink and we had blue lights and I would turn out all the other lights and just have the blue lights
Of course,
and just, strobe effect to the song.
everything's blue.
Great choice. Ush.
That's a great question, and I have a lot of them I could pick. I'll go with late '80s treasure, Michael Penn, "No Myth." Great song.
Ice Ice Baby, anybody?
Oh, love that song.
He's not a one-hit wonder. He had a few other hits. That's a
Dangerous.
But hold on. Do
misconception.
you believe he's a perceived? The question was a perceived.
Oh
one-hit
yeah,
wonder.
he probably is perceived that way.
Yeah.
And I do like that song.
Like, I think 90% of people would know Ice Ice Baby, but could not name a second Vanilla Ice song.
Yeah.
Ice Ice Baby is a good song, and Vanilla Ice was a good rapper.
Yeah.
I don't have any problem saying that.
Hey, let me give a quick score update for the Auburn fans watching. It is now only 29-24 Auburn.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
wow. Oh,
There's some
man.
panic.
The sky is falling. Tyler, what you got for us?
So a lot of people are saying B-52's not a one-hit wonder.
Oh, okay.
So-
That's,
Oh gosh,
would-
not at all.
it-
Yeah,
not at
Oh.
all.
Yeah, they had a
That's
lot of
fair.
hits.
Yeah.
They did have quite a few hits.
Yeah,
And
but
then
from Athens, Georgia.
I hate them.
B-52s.
well,
Want to punch you.
I pounced on the fact that I hate the song.
Yeah.
I don't like this.
Chad is not wrong, I don't think.
No, I just when we were thinking
Love
about
it.
song, oh, it's so like it came on for like literally 2 seconds, and I like viscerally got angry while I was driving Tuscaloosa, and I'd like take a moment to be like,
Oh,
Mm.
I'm right there
I
with you.
hate that song.
Charles
Ugh.
picks "Teenage Dirtbag."
Great.
Oh, that-
Sweetest,
that's a good
Sweetest.
one.
great song. And then Chat also wants to know if you used to run Skates 280.
I did not used to run Skates 280. I used to be the premium weekend DJ at Fun Time Skate Center in Fultondale, Alabama. That's where I met my wife, who was working the concession stand.
That's a
She
love
would make
story.
me nachos and hot dogs,
Yeah,
and I'd throw on a couple skate,
that's a movie.
run back
It
there,
is.
It is.
eat some lovely food, come back up. Hey, y'all are a little bit too close, a little bit of space there, on the back wall. I can see in the corner, that sort of
Did
thing.
you have to say that?
Hey, cover the
Oh, yeah.
counter for a minute. I'm gonna go make a hot dog for this giant.
Yeah, it was true love, Ush. That's what it was. That's what it
Have you guys
was.
been back?
Have we been back there? Yeah, we actually had my daughter's 7th birthday party there.
That's where the movie
Circle
ends.
moment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the last scene
That's
of
the
the movie.
full
Yeah.
circle
No,
moment.
and then it's Chloe buying the establishment in like 20 years, 25
Yeah.
years.
Imagine
Wow.
how tiny a hot dog looks in Tim's
Yeah.
meaty paws.
There was 2 people up for the job of DJ. Now think about it. If I don't get that, my whole life is different.
I'm
Yeah.
so glad you got it.
It was me and a guy with a lisp.
Oh,
Those were the 2.
I
Yeah.
did the soft voice. Did you sound like this or not?
I don't know. We didn't interview together, but I was told like, "Hey, you beat out this guy with a lisp."
It's an
And
awful thing to be known for.
but I mean that could have been my wife's future husband,
Lisper.
So I'm glad he ended up losing the job.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's crazy how life works.
Did she put extra cheese on your nachos?
Oh,
you
yeah.
would order? Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go. That's how
Yeah.
you know.
Oh, she was the one. Well, she was the one.
I know.
Okay, next one here. If your personality, Ush, was compared to a type of soup, what soup would you be?
Ooh. I can
I'd be tomato soup, very consistent. I tend to stay right about in there.
The fact,
Count
that,
on it. It's reliable.
so true.
the fact that you're acting it out takes it to another level.
May not elicit the strongest response, but everybody's like, "Yeah, tomato. You can stay in the cupboard."
Yeah. Tyler, if you were a type of soup, your personality was a type of soup, what type of soup would you be most comparable to?
Maybe like a hot and sour soup.
Yeah.
Like you got the wontons in there, and that's the consistent flavor that Ush is talking about, that just nice laid back, low key feeling.
Mhm.
But then the flavors, the spices start coming in.
Yeah.
And bring that passion to the show.
And
Yeah.
I want some of those flavors to hit on the back end of as you go. Oh, I just detected a note of this in
Yeah.
that because that's Tyler.
Yeah. Layered.
This one better be good, by the way.
E.g.,
Chicken tortilla soup.
chicken tortilla soup.
Yeah.
Extra spicy.
Yeah. The spice I
Tabasco.
see with that
Is that
that competitive nature and temper, but I want something a little bit more country club,
Oh,
honestly.
like
a
a
little bit more Mount Perrin.
clam chowder.
are you calling
Something that's
A
just a little
lobster bisque.
has some, like something like a lobster
could do a
bisque.
lobster
It's a little elegant.
are you calling E.g. pretentious?
No, I'm just saying that I want it to represent all the things about her. She has a knowledge and appreciation for the finer things.
Thank you, Ush.
I'd be a nice potato soup.
It's
Yeah.
so true.
Yes, you would.
Yes.
Loaded baked potato
Hearty.
soup.
Yeah.
Hearty.
Yeah.
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 Totally. Yes.
Yeah, a little bit, some shavings on there.
Eats like a meal.
Okay, next question here. If you could go back to the 20th century and live 1 year out in full, Tyler, which year would you choose?
I'm sorry, repeat the question.
No problem. If you could go back to the 20th century and live 1 year out in full, which year would you choose?
Um, I don't know. Maybe like sometime in the early to mid 90s. I don't know, one of those years.
1994?
Yeah, my brother was born.
Maybe 93.
93.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
93.
Cuz
Good year.
I could go see Nirvana before Kurt Cobain's passing.
The Bulls?
You could visit me in high school.
I could visit Bush in high school.
We could listen to Nirvana together.
Do you think Tyler would be able to convince 1993 Ush that he was from the future and knew you in your future state by telling you that he thinks you're a warm tomato soup?
If anyone could convince me, it would be Tyler.
You think so?
I'll say that. Yeah.
We know Tyler wants a DeLorean very
Yeah.
badly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So there's a chance of this happening. So I'm plotting that movie out in my head. What year, Ush, would you choose from the 20th century to live 1 year out in full in your current state? You don't like go back to being high school Ush. You are current Ush in that year. What year are you choosing?
I would like to live where I'm from in Cliffside, North Carolina in 1952 is the year my parents were born. I get to see the town as it used to be when it was a thriving small uh, textile mill town and get a glimpse of what they grew up in.
That's a beautiful answer. For someone who hasn't really provided a lot of heart to the show today, you have warmed the soul, much
Thank
like
you.
a can of tomato soup.
There you go.
So I think I'm gonna go with 1985.
Tell me why.
Great year.
I feel like
Good
The
bowling for
music-
soup song.
music. Oh, that's true. Music
you,
was
Tyler.
good. I feel like it was good vibes all around in the country. And what?
I'm trying to think about what year Love Shack came out, because if it's
I swear if it's
1985,
1985, I'm
I
gonna
swear,
burn
if
that
it's
year.
if for
Let me
some
look.
reason
Let
it's
me
not.
look.
No, Tyler's looking it up.
Okay.
1989.
Ooh,
Very
Thank
close.
goodness.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. 1985. It just feels like it'd be a good time to be alive.
Dennis Quaid is your president.
Dennis Quaid. Yes, duh. Yeah. Um, Princess Diana was in the mix across the pond and
Can visit me in first grade.
could visit us in first grade.
A lot to aspire
Adorable.
to.
And my parents in college.
Hmm.
It'd be pretty fun.
There you
I
go.
hear a lot about the 80s.
Were the
80s would be
Braves
fun.
good in '85?
No.
Okay.
That would be a 90s run we'd have to go to. I'd have to go to.
Right. Okay. Next question here. What's a word, e.g., that you can't stand the sound of?
Mm. Mm.
What's a word that you can't stand the sound of? Some people
Goulash.
choose the word moist. They don't like the
those
word
would bother
moist.
me. I don't like the word goulash.
Goulash.
Yeah.
How often do you say goulash?
Not very often, but when I hear it, I don't like it.
Tell you, I remember a lot during the pandemic being sent to the gulag. Gulag.
That happened
Gulag.
a lot to me too.
Yeah. Warzone was a thing.
Goulash.
Tyler, what's a word you can't stand the sound of?
I don't really know if I have any like that.
Nothing grates on your nerves. No words out there in the English language.
Nothing I can think of.
If one pops up at any point,
I'm just gonna blurt it out with no
just
context.
let me know.
Yeah.
Ush, do you have a word you can't stand to hear?
You ever had young children before? Why?
Why? Why?
Get
Why?
asked a lot. You get tired of it.
I understand. You put that into context. Yours was like, I'm going to put this into the action form of it
Yeah.
instead of just how it sounds phonetically. Let's move on to this. Ush, do you find any joy in washing your car? Any joy in washing your car? Some people really, really like it. It's therapeutic.
Emily Grace and I are members
Yeah, we are.
at an exclusive establishment here, and it washes our cars for us.
It does.
So I never wash my car. When I used to wash my car, I did have some joy in it, yes, and waxing it as well.
Wax on, wax off.
Yeah. That's not a bad. Washing your car is not bad at all.
No.
E.g., do you enjoy washing your vehicle?
Yeah. So when I was in high school and I got my car, my dad was like Army Ranger specific about our cars.
Mark Todd,
Mark.
shout out.
He like to clean the mats and stuff, the parts that weren't the WeatherTech, we'd get duct tape and have to roll to get all of like the lint and stuff off. Mindset is you take care of your car, it takes care of you. If you one day want a Porsche, you need to take care of whatever car you have now, like you would that car.
Did it scar you or teach you valuable life lessons?
Valuable life lessons for sure. And so at the time though, it was awful. Like I hated it because like I'd get my car taken away if it was too dirty. Not good. Take care of what you have. And so now I like to keep a very clean car. All throughout college and all whilst in Birmingham, a subscription. This was on my, oh no, I didn't do favorite subscriptions. I had favorite apps, but one of my favorite subscriptions would be a car wash membership.
Yeah.
It pays for itself. And like this time of the year, we will be going through every day to get the car.
Oh yeah.
You guys ever worry though about the car washes and whether or not you can go through with confidence that it's not going to take your antenna off or something like that?
I don't have an antenna. I don't think.
I don't think I do either. And I went
Okay.
through today.
Well,
Yeah, I'm planning on going after this.
I probably had one at one point is all I'm saying.
Maybe.
Tyler, washing your vehicle. Is that something you find joy in?
No.
Okay. Next question. Name one dessert, Tyler, you'd never order from a restaurant willingly.
Ooh.
One
Ooh.
dessert where you'd be like, absolutely not. Don't have any interest in that. Like for me, it would be coconut anything. I would never order anything coconut.
That hurts. This is gonna be controversial.
Oh gosh.
Chocolate cake.
What is wrong with you?
I know it. I know it. Yeah, that is like my least favorite kind of cake. Other than I guess like carrot cake, you can make like
Carrot
just-
cake is not great, but
Yeah.
chocolate cake is like, I mean, that's America on a
or,
plate.
or actually, let me change it. A chocolate cupcake. Cupcakes are even worse. I hate.
I don't like
cupcakes.
chocolate cupcakes.
Oh, wow.
It's
Okay.
weird.
All right. If you're going to bring something up here to the staff, don't make it cupcakes.
No.
I
That's
mean,
what we
you,
just
you
heard.
can. I just won't. I will just respectfully decline.
Okay. E.g., what is one dessert you'd never willingly order from someplace?
Tiramisu.
Not your thing.
Not enough. It's just too like fluffy. Not enough texture.
Yep.
Kind of like, ugh.
Ush?
Yeah, that was mine. I like all desserts, but tiramisu
No
is immediately
way!
what I thought of. Yeah.
Wow, look at us.
That's what makes y'all the Pennant Grace,
Says,
which you can find them Tuesdays and most Thursdays
yeah, not
Yeah.
this Thursday.
at 12:15
That's right.
on Disrupt Media's YouTube channel.
And
Make
now
sure you
available
subscribe.
on podcast.
There you have it. Tyler, big shout out. All right. Last question.
What, we're already done?
This is the last one.
So sad.
Here we
Not
are.
done yet, EG.
Yep, true.
All right. I'm going to start with Ush. No. I'm going to start with Tyler. Tyler. There have been a lot of prizes thrown out there for someone to, if they fill out the perfect bracket, what they end up getting. I picked two of those prizes that I think are somewhat comparable, and you tell me which one you'd rather have. Now,
Oh, it's good.
you did not fill out a bracket.
I did not.
I did not fill out a bracket.
You did
That's-
not.
That's baffling to me.
I
just don't.
I get too invested, Ush.
Yeah.
I get too invested.
I cannot relate.
I mean,
at all.
EG's over there watching the Auburn game right now.
Sorry,
As we speak.
I
What's
am.
the score?
Oh, it's like it's coming back. Hold
Okay.
on.
Keep
I
us
think it was
posted.
29-27.
Ooh,
Oh no, 39-31.
that's a big
No
difference.
big deal. Just my national champion.
There you have it. So one of the prizes is like $1 million. Another one's $10 million. I didn't do money here. I did experiences. Would you rather have free burgers for life
It'll be tough to beat.
or a free trip to Mars? Those are the two choices.
Burgers. Burgers. That's one I'll actually use.
No question.
Yeah.
You wouldn't use the free trip to Mars if given by.
What am I going to do in Mars?
I mean, you
What-
get to come
what does that-
back. You get to come back.
Yeah, but how long does it take to get there? Isn't that like a
5
like-
years, I think.
But that's what they're trying to work on to make sure that they get you there, and not only in one piece, but as efficiently as
Oh,
possible.
cool! I get to be part of the beta test for a Mars vacation. No, thank you. I'll just take a burger.
All right. Well, that's one of the prizes out there. ED, which one are you taking? The free burgers, or are you going to become someone who's known forever?
I'm going to Mars.
You're going to Mars?
I'm going to Mars.
This is what I expected. I expected
Really?
you guys to be on polar opposite issue here, which is why I want to go to Ush last to
Okay.
break the tie. But tell me why you're going to Mars.
I don't love burgers, and I'm assuming the situation.
You must really not like burgers. I will leave the planet to prove my disdain for burgers.
I'm assuming though that I get back in one piece. That's like this is pretty safe. How cool would that be to go to Mars?
These are a lot of assumptions.
I mean,
I'm
taking
gonna go check out the Titanic. It should be safe.
taking a flight right now feels risky.
It
much
does,
less-
but in this situation, I feel like, we don't have to be that realistic. And so I'm going to Mars, enjoying the spatial landscape and everything it has to offer.
This is called
It's
EG
just
wants the show to end and watch basketball.
Yes.
That's what this is.
I really mean it. That would be so cool.
Ush.
Oh my God.
Damn.
Believe
Two
me.
prizes. You have a perfect bracket. You get to choose from these two prizes: free burgers for life or trip to Mars. Which one are you taking?
Mars ain't the kind of place to raise your kids.
What are the school systems like?
In fact, it's cold as hell.
Yeah, I walked right into that one. That's good.
I love hamburgers.
Yeah.
I love hamburgers as much as I love any specific food item. I don't like to travel at all. Even if it's like a 2-hour flight,
Yeah.
I get nervous. Me and Tyler are going to be living the best life ever, eating our hamburger. I eat a hamburger every day. I ain't going to pay for it. The two things I love, hamburgers and not spending money.
Yeah.
Question. If at some point your kids were like, Dad, no more hamburgers, please. We're hamburgered out. Would you be like, sorry,
That's
too bad.
dang
Yeah.
That's what's for lunch and dinner.
You can earn your own keep, buy whatever you want.
Yeah. There we go.
I'm going to Mars. See you guys later.
Yeah, enjoy it.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Throw
I have
me a
no problem
burger.
with that. But Tyler and I are going to have a burger.
I'll send you all selfies with Martian.
Speaking of that, Tyler, you took a trip to our favorite burger place in town, and you're still enjoying the ramifications of that decision.
Yes, I am. I went to Culver's for lunch today, and it was delicious. Let me tell you. I didn't get a burger though. You've heard Ush talk about the cod sandwich. You've
Yeah.
heard myself talk about the cod sandwich. Let me tell you about the Northwoods walleye sandwich. If you like that catfish kind of flavor,
Yes, I do.
This would be the sandwich I would go with if you are looking for that flavor. It's delicious, and I paired it with the onion rings. Greatest onion rings in fast food available, and the walleye is only available for a limited time only, so make sure you rush over there and get it if you want that
I got
flavor.
to jump on that.
Good stuff there. Either Culver's of Birmingham or Culver's of Hoover. Enjoy today. Tell them the Meltdown sent you. Like screaming at them. The Meltdown sent me here.
Hey, Tim, on those, since we're talking about burgers, on those Culver's burgers, you know how it has that crispiness on the edges? And they do it right. That hamburger is top notch at Culver's.
I love the way that they do the cheese there at Culver's.
Oh,
It's like
yeah.
the cold slice of cheese on the warm burger.
Yeah.
It's like you get the full Wisconsin taste right
the
to
whole thing.
right to the tongue. Kicks you right in the tongue. Boom.
Boom.
Love it so much at Culver's. So thank you, Culver's, for sponsoring our studio here and for bringing us so many delicious tastes for sure. We also want to remind you about our title sponsor. That's MyBookie. If you want to enhance your experience this month, head on over to MyBookie. They have a current sign-up bonus. Their 50% deposit bonus up to $1,000 plus $10 casino chip for you to try out there when using the code NEXTROUND. Do that on MyBookie at mybookie.ag, where you can bet on any game, anytime, anywhere. They're at mybookie.ag. Ush, thank you for stopping by.
Thank you, Tim.
Tyler, you get a reward today for winning Tim with Tim. You get to go cover Snow White. Congratulations of that. And EG, Space Shuttle out back, taking you to Mars.
Yep. See you guys there.
That sounds good. We will have another live show tomorrow. We appreciate all of you loyal Meltdonians for being here, even through the madness of this month. And we will continue on with this journey that we call Meltdonia. See you again tomorrow, 2 o'clock Central, 3 o'clock Eastern.